Congratulations to Mindor, and we can now indulge in the lower semifinals. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have our Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Krystianer. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the blue Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. We go. And I will set up the predictions as well. I will get on that. Don't you worry, okay? If you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you believe will make it to the grand finals. Predictions open. Place your bets on who you think is going to make it into the grand finals to face up against Nightmare. Is it going to be our Terran or our Protoss? PvT or PvP? Up to you to decide. I do apologize for being a little bit out of it in the last semifinals cast. Do apologize, but we can focus, man. We can focus. My mind was a little bit elsewhere. We can focus on our semifinals and the grand finals thereafter. And the night is still young. As a reminder, after this series, after this tournament, we're going to be covering World Team League. WTL is right around the corner. Now, our tournament was a little bit delayed earlier, as we are forcing the unnatural natural. Okay, nice start from Nicoract. Very nice start, as this does force Krystianer to be more exposed early on. What I was about to say, though, is that our tournament was a little bit delayed, so that does mean that our WTL broadcast is going to be delayed as well. So I do apologize for that, but World Team League is scheduled to start in 20 minutes, and we will jump on that. We will jump on that right after we wrap up Sparkling Tuna Cup. So WTL soon. Soon TM. Soon. Until then, we're going to be focusing on our semifinals. Here we go. We are focusing on our semis. We do have Nicoract going for an economic Rax expand. Did force the unnatural natural out of Krystianer because of the eBay block. Again, the eBay progression is so damn high, so it wasn't worth for Krystianer to pull the boys and try to focus it down. It would just take too long. And that means that Krystianer is going to be in an awkward position, trying to defend both the natural and the main base at the same time. It is not going to be easy here for the Polish Protoss. Is not going to be easy. Nicoract pulling away. He does pull away. Twilight Council opener here out of our Protoss player. Going to be Twilight Council in towards Blink. It is going to be a Blink based opener. Very safe play here from Krystianer with Blink. Of course, we can dip between our bases and try to hold on to both our natural and main. Meanwhile, we do see Nicoract getting into his own 1-1-1. Okay. Investing into Hellions early on as well. Now with our initial Hellions, we can of course get map control, we can move out across the map, we can try to keep our opponent pinned and even throw in the economy, but I say shade in! The wall is not a wall, we shade, oh, we don't quite commit to the shade because there are SCVs to kill here on the low ground. Regardless, damage is being done, we get one, we get two SCV kills, we're gonna get a third SCV as well. Not quite, we just go for the Hellions. Hellions are falling at the same time across the map. The Reaper is wreaking havoc. We get 2 probe kills. We get 3. We get 4 probes. Oh my god. This one Reaper, he's crazy. Gets 5 probes. That should not have happened. This should not have occurred. The one Reaper doing as much, if not more, than the Adepts in the main. The Adepts are cleaned up. The Reaper does so much. And with that, Nicoract, sure, he lost some SCVs, lost some mining time, but alas, Krystianer is still in an awkward position. Hellions are moving out. And with that 1-1-1 opener, we're going into Banshees. You have my attention. It's going to be Banshee tank. That's been very trendy as of late over the past couple of months in this matchup. Getting ready for a tank push with Banshees. Meanwhile, the Hellions, oof. They once again get some big shots off in the mineral line. 3 more probes go down. Big connections here from Nicoract. Very nicely done. Damage is dealt. And we're building up that tank count back at home as Banshees move out to just keep Krystianer busy. As Krystianer, he's still not quite stabilized. He's still lost so many workers. Getting to his own gateways. How many gateways do we even have? It's going to be a 3-gate setup. Sorry, did I say 3 gateways? It's 3 gateways in the main, 1 gateway at the natural. It's going to be 4-gate blink. But this build has been delayed. It's been delayed quite a bit. Ideally, with 4-gate blink, you want to be across the map. You want to be across the map, you want to be harassing, you want to be threading the bases of Nicoract. But because of all the Hellion and Reaper and now Banshee harass, Krystianer, he's pinned back home. He doesn't want to be. Krystianer's moving out, and back at home, what do we have to defend? Not much. Banshee has arrived. Stalkers move out. Krystianer, he's going for the kill. We have a tank on the high ground. Ooh, Krystianer forced to blink back, takes some big damage. We don't have detection. The Banshee shuts down the Stalkers. At the same time, you have the Banshee across the map, not quite able to commit in. But so far, Nicoract, he's all over Krystianer. He denies the aggression, he delays the economy. He forces the defensive warp in. And Krystianer, now he's kind of in a rough position here. He needs to get more done. We have 3 tanks. We could maybe deny Stim. That wouldn't be a bad pickoff. Krystianer going for the economy instead, going for the probes. Tank is in position. Nice juggling. We go for the tank. Balls move. And the tank does go down. We trade a tank for 2 Stalkers. Still a rough trade for Krystianer. I mean, getting the tank was nice, but does have to retreat. It does reinforce with 2 more Stalkers. Okay, okay. I see you. Oh, oh. Let's hit the pullback. At the same time, Banshee's moving out once again. Banshee towards the south, Banshee towards the north. Krystianer trying to hold on. Tending to split up his forces. As the Banshees, they do slip into the main. And now we can one-shot probes. At the same time, we're trading well against the army in the main base at least. There is detection in the main. We got 1 Banshee, but that's 8 probes going down. Can we deny Stim? Not quite. Stim will finish. If we could, that would be a big pickoff. That would delay the push. That would delay the move out of Nicoract. Alas, Stim does complete. And that's quite a bio army now that Nicoract is working with. He's ready to move out. Oh my god. Prism almost flies too close to the sun. Be careful, Pop. Be careful. We got 1 stalker. We get 2. We get 2 Stalkers. And we go for the Prism. Prism taking a lot of damage, a lot of hits. Has to recall back home. And do we pull the boys? Now we're expanding. We're taking a 3rd. We could pull the boys with this, but Nicoract is expanding. Moving out across the map, catching the Stalkers. And Stalkers will fall. At the same time, Krystianer pouncing on top of the tanks. Yeah, we do get on top of the tanks. The tanks, they get 1 volley off, 2 volleys off, but the tanks go down. Massive catch. As Krystianer, he caught the tanks as they were sieging. Nicoract wasn't quite ready. And now charge is done. Ooh, we do punish those Stalkers. Krystianer, he's running out of steam. He's running out of Zealots. Now with the death of these Zealots, we're going to be able to fight back. Can we get the tank? Up, we can. Tank goes down, another wave of reinforcements. Again, we only have 4 Stalkers left. Krystianer barely has enough to keep pushing. And he can barely, almost get the medevac. Not quite. Goes for the 3rd. We'll delay. Can he force a cancel? Yo, if we can force a cancel. Oh, it's so close. We deny the warp in. Massive denial on the warp in. Boys are being pulled. We hold the line. SCV will complete. CC will complete. It will cost us 9 SCVs. But we save the 3rd. Save the 3rd base. Krystianer, he knows he's still so close to breaking Nicoract, but alas, he barely does not. Krystianer has to back off, and now we tech up. We have a 2nd Robo, a Bay, Forge for +1, Archon's back at home. Nicoract is forcing a longer game. Okay, we can calm down, Papi. We can calm down. We can calm things down. As Krystianer expands, takes the 4th. Reinforces with more Zealots, with more Archons. Is moving out. At this point, I feel like the Bio Army is strong enough to hold its own. Krystianer has to respect the army, has to back up. Will retreat. Scan reveals the War Prism. Nicoract is aware. Does rotate over. Ghost Academy is on the way. Third base getting up and running. At the same time, Krystianer getting to double Colossus production back at home. Working towards the Colossus. We still want in. The Prism! Oh my god. How? Barely survives. Barely gets away. But the Zealots are cleaned up regardless. Like, the Zealots, they didn't really get much done. We got one SCV. Now we're pulling back. Meanwhile, Nicoract, after his initial defense, now has a supply lead. He's up in army supply. He's got Ghosts, he's got EMP, he's got plenty of Marines and Marauders. Colossus can do well for themselves, but they're also quite vulnerable. There's actually not much here to protect the Colossus. We do need that buffer. We need Stalkers, need Archons, Zealots, anything and everything. Now Nicoract, he pulls back, reinforcing. Getting to a second starport, getting into Mass Viking. Going to be ideal against these Colossus. Sharp production has begun, and the armies are missing each other. Uh-oh. Nicoract moves out, Krystianer moves in. We catch the reinforcements. Nicoract forced to turn back around. And there's the recall. We still have a Colossus out here, though. We have to go back home. And Nicoract coming in with the intercept. Yeah, he sees a Colossus. He wants it. He's going to get it. Massive pickoff. A free Colossus. For free, papi. Krystianer, he's still on 3, though. He went up to 4 Colossus, which is insane. Now working towards Disruptors. Disruptors are the great equalizer. Even though Krystianer is down in army supply, he does have a lot of potential with those Disruptors, with those Purification Overs. They'll say keep Nicoract busy. Another base on the way. Krystianer taking a 5th. See if we can hold on. And army moves out. Army does move out. Nova goes up. Nicoract able to pull away in time. Does pull away. Pull away. Nova's going to be going off. Big connection. Oh my god. Massive connection on the Marines and the Marauders. Yeah, the connections there are just a little bit too good. We take them to the face. The Vikings will shut down all the Colossus, but what about the ground army again? The Novas that were just a little bit too good. And there it is. GG gets called. Krystianer will take the fight and take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Nicoract, he was holding his own. He had a terrifying army. He caught a free Colossus. Things weren't going too poorly there for him. But the Purification Novas, right? Unfortunately, the spread and the splits were not good enough. The Novas were insane, and the ground army crumbled. The Vikings, they put in a lot of work, and the Vikings did kill all the Colossus, especially towards the end, but it was too little too late. And again, we needed more than just the Vikings to pop off. We needed the ground army as well to keep up. And alas, we just weren't able to pull that off. With that, Krystianer takes the lead. Does take a lead. Now we're getting into game number 2. Getting into game number 2. Gonna be on Crimson Court. Let's go. And spawning in the right-hand corner of Crimson Court, we have our red Protoss player representing Starlight Twinkle, leading the series 1-0. It is Krystianer. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Terran representing Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. He is the non-Protoss hope. There's no more Zergs, but there is a Terran. And Nicoract moving out with the cheeky SCV. Hello, Pat. What do you have in store for us? What do you got? Show us the racks. It's only the one SCV. We haven't moved out with a second worker, so it's just going to be the singular proxy racks across the map. Poised and primed for Proxy Reaper to get into the main. This could be a 2-Rax opener, 1 proxied and 1 back at home, or it could just be just a singular Rax into a factory instead. It is a double gas opener, somewhat. So we'll see how this all comes together. Meanwhile, Probe Scout of Krystianer is coming in, and Krystianer should confirm the missing Rax, but the Rax could be elsewhere. The Rax could be further back in the main, here, further back, could be at the natural, could be at the third base. It could still be on Nicoract's side of the map. Krystianer checks, does confirm both gases, pulls away. Meanwhile, Reaper production has begun. Got Reapers on the way from Nicoract. Boys being pulled, bunker in the mineral line. The goal here is for the Reaper to have just an anchor point with the bunker. And the bunker, it looks like it should finish. Zealot has arrived though. We go for the SCV. Oh, can we get it? Oh, we go for the bunker. We miss some swipes, but the SCV goes down, which means the bunker is cancelled. The RG not in favor of Nicoract there. Bunker goes down. Reaper gets into the main, gets a probe. Not just one. Oh, oh my god. Boys are being pulled. Chaotic defense here. We get the second. Second probe goes down. Not just second, but a third probe as well. Oh, this is becoming a little bit too much. 3 probe kills. The Adept finally has made it. And finally will force Nicoract out, but not too bad. Not too bad so far. 3 probe kills. Back at home, we have the CC on the high ground. We are expanding. We are working on that next step. Alright, building up. For now, the Reapers can't really do too much here. They're zoned away by the Adepts for the time being. Rax is floating back, built up towards 3 Reapers. And we could attempt to outposition these Adepts, slip into the main. There are 2 entry points here into the main base, so this is not a bad map for this kind of build, just because of that fact. And the Cyclone does arrive to reinforce. In a head-to-head fight, we could shut down these Adepts. And there's no shield battery on the low ground. No shield battery. Here we go. The army has arrived. We get the lock-on. The first Adept goes down. Stalker has arrived. We can focus on the Reaper. And with the reinforcements, we've held. We should shut this down. But not without getting a second Adept. So that was 2 Adepts for 2 Reapers. That was a better trade for Nicoract. Gets a probe. Threatens the low ground. Getting another worker. And almost another. Almost another probe goes down. The target firing a little bit too good. We get the Cyclone. Not a bad pickoff. And back at home, do you see what I see? I see additional Raxes on the way. Okay, it was a 1-1-1 follow-up into additional Raxes. Doesn't look too chaotic here. We're sailing into an earlier tank count. Ravens are building up. It's going to be Blinkstalkers here from Krystianer. And how many gateways? For now, just 2. So it's going to be 2 gate blink into a third economic build here at a Krystianer. Okay. Despite the chaotic nature of the early game from Nicoract, Krystianer is going for an economic follow-up, and Nicoract does confirm. He does get eyes on the third base timing. He's fully aware. And now Nicoract has to make a choice. After seeing this third base, do we throw down our own third CC and build up towards a longer game? Or do we double down and try to go for a 2-base all-in? Oh, that's more Raxes. That's 2 more Raxes, Sparky. That's quite aggressive. That's quite committed. We could still expand behind this, behind the move outs. We could still take a third CC, but for now it looks like aggression is on the mind of Nicoract. You got eyes on the tech, the Forge, the Bay, the eventual upgrades, and higher tech here from the Protoss. But this +1 stim timing, I believe, should hit first. It's going to be close. Going to depend on how much time do we have. Is the first Colossus going to arrive in time with stim or not? I mean, even if it did, we have the Raven. No interference matrix. No disable in the Raven. Interesting. We only have auto turrets and the anti-armor missile. Tank volley going off. Krystianer saturating his third. First Colossus is on the way. And the upgrades are lined up. Stim, combat shields, +1 attack. All about to finish. And we should soon be moving out. The goal of this move out, I believe, should just be to apply pressure and to see if we can knock down the third. We should be expanding behind it. Otherwise, we could just pull the boys. You always have that option to pull the boys. Oh, we do catch. Oh my god, we're a little bit asleep at the wheel there. Krystianer, otherwise distracted, losing 3 stalkers. That's actually not insignificant. The reason for this is, as now we're going for the push, those stalkers were so important, so crucial to get eyes on the move out. To get eyes on the move out and to slow it down. I mean, the observer does have eyes on it regardless. We do reinforce with additional stalkers. The boys are not being pulled. The army is moving out. We can see that we have +1 armor now on the way, so we're going for a longer game. Or at least we're setting up for an extended game. Stimming on in, we go for the anti-armor missile. The missile does connect. The overcharge is popped, but it may not matter. We don't have the numbers here to defend. We barely have an army. We have to pull the boys away. Again, we have the gateways finishing up, but where are the warp ins? Yeah, the third base crumbles. And we're just rallying across the map. The Colossus are nice. We need more than that. We do need more. Krystianer, he supply blocks! Now is not the time. Massive supply block for the Protoss. Oh, this is going to be a miracle defense. Can we pull this off? Massive tank shots on the Stalkers of all things. Stalkers go down. We're going for the final Colossus. Big tank volleys going off. But it looks like we hold. We barely hold on. The army is overstimmed. We preserve both Colossus. Oh, I spoke too soon. The Raven! The Raven gets a Colossus kill! Crazy! 1 Colossus falls, we deny the third base. Krystianer forced to expand elsewhere, and Nicoract, he is still rallying across the map. Nicoract has still not expanded. This is a 2-base all-in from Nicoract. He didn't pull the boys, but still all-in nonetheless. There is no follow-up here. Nicoract, he's already knocked down the third, and his goal is to knock down the natural, to knock down his opponent, Krystianer. Now, time is working on Krystianer's side. If we can afford some extra warp-ins, buy some time for extra warp-ins, I should say. Third base is going to be denied. Krystianer was expanding elsewhere, but he was cancelled as well. Oh, yeah, we can't push in. Cannot push into this army. We have to respect it. Force fields are going to be key. Third Colossus on the way. Tank siege is up. Siege as Krystianer backs off, is taking the third base. Nicoract rotating over. Third Colossus has arrived. We have Vikings in the mix, and we have limited anti-air. The anti-air is sentries and an Archon. There we go, we're pushing on forward. The first tank goes down. And so does the second. So far, so good. Nice control out of Krystianer. He pulls back those zealots. Avoids tank shots. Avoids bio shots even. And Krystianer does hold. Remember, we still have no base. Still no third. Still 2-base all in. No extra add-ons here on their axes. Nicoract going for the kill. Krystianer is being very active on the map here. Very bold move here out of Nicoract. Sorry, out of Krystianer. To be this active. Observer is sniped. Nicoract advancing on. See Krystianer taking another base. Got eyes on the army. Vikings diving in, going for the Colossus. The force fields, we catch the army! A massive force fields, the army gets locked down. And now we can focus everything down. Sure, we lost a Colossus, but it doesn't matter, not anymore. As the ground army melts for Nicoract. Vikings are putting in a lot of work. And they do shut down 1 Colossus. Not quite the other though, yeah, we have the overcharge, we keep it alive. We do barely keep alive in the end. And Nicoract, he's run out of steam. At this point, we've just run out of steam. Now we pull the boy. It's too late for this. It's too late to pull the boys, Pappy. I'm sorry. We could have maybe tried to pull that off earlier when Krystianer was stuck on 2 bases, but at this point, we have enough to defend. Yeah, we collapse on the army. The boys have arrived. The Colossus still standing strong. And GG gets called. Krystianer will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Initially, the all-in was doing well. Initially, the all-in was popping off. Like Nicoract, he shut down the 3rd base. He got a Colossus with the Raven. He was doing well. There was barely an army. But in the end, Krystianer, he was able to take some better fights. He was able to catch out the army out on the map with the force fields, able to be active and get away with that activity as well. Did out-trade Nicoract in the center of the map, and again, by the time we pulled the boys, it was too late. It was too late at that point. We had already lost our momentum, lost our edge, and GG. GG, well played. And congratulations, Nicoract, to Krystianer. With my condolences to Nicoract, he played well. He played well making it this far, and even here in both these games, like, he had his own moments, definitely, in Game 1 and in Game 2. Just some rough engagements is really what it kind of came down to. If you remember on Oceanborn, Nicoract initially wasn't looking too bad getting into his 3rd base and catching up parts of the army, getting a free Colossus. But when it came to the main fight, did go the way of Krystianer. Likewise, same here. But Nicoract had a good start, but alas, had a hard time closing it out.